Beside B on the track, boy.
What's good, YouTube? It's your man, Rasad B, South Carolina finest. And yeah, I've been getting questions from a lot of people asking me, who inspired me to do my music or whatever. And there's so much information I can just throw at you and tell you, this person inspired me, that person inspired me, just like this. So I decided to make a video series out of it. Probably 3 parts to it, you know what I'm saying? Just going along and just letting you know who inspired me and, showing who these persons really are in the music or whatever. But, ready or not? Let's do it. Alright. So the #1 team that inspired me to do music is Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, I was put on them by my mama. My mama's an old school person, so she used to listen to a lot of Alexandra O'Neal, Sherelle, New Edition, Janet Jackson. And I always wondered, who are the people who make these beats? Because, I was always fascinated by music, for one thing. And, second, I can open a book and look and see who credits behind the name or whatever. But I really didn't find out that it was Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis until when I started doing research. And I was like, well, dawg, this is crazy, because the stuff that I was liking, in the late 90s, it was all going back to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Truly. They teach me how to step outside the box through that music. Alright, #2, the team who inspires me to do music is Tim&bob.
Hi, may I help you?
Yes. Bobby Valentino. I have a 4 o'clock appointment.
Okay, great.
Alright.
Now, these are 2 people that if I would ask, someone, or if I would tell someone, yeah, that was produced by Tim&bob, they would look at me funny like, who was that? I think these 2 cats are the most slept on cats in the music game, period. Tim&bob. Okay, for all those who don't know who Tim&bob is, if you ever heard of the Thong Song, you know who Tim&bob is. Those are the producers of the Thong Song, Tim&bob. Now, if you heard Bobby Valentino's, his first CD, second, and third. His first was mainly produced by Tim&bob, some tracks, and second was a couple tracks, and third was a couple tracks. But you know Tim&bob is because they style is an Asian R&B type. They use the Asian melodies, these samples, and they kind of take them and create R&B out of it, which is very seductive. It's dope how they do their music. You know what I'm saying? I've been on Tim&bob for a while. For a minute, I didn't know who they were, just like everybody else. So I went and did some more research on them, and come to find out that Tim&bob was influenced by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. It's crazy. #3, Ryan Leslie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Everybody know who Ryan Leslie is. If you've been on YouTube and you've been searching, for beat making videos, or in the studio producing or whatever, you have seen the video of Ryan Leslie. Ryan Leslie is a genius. At first I didn't really know him until I was, start YouTubing and going on YouTube and searching people or whatever. And I kind of, seen his videos through Maestro and Pizzy, which are 2 geniuses too. Those cats are freaking awesome. But yeah, seen Ryan Leslie in the studio. He did a track for Cassie. I had seen the video of him producing, and I was just getting goosebumps because the way he was doing this music and how he was feeling it, and it was crazy. It was like a special moment. It was coming together, and he was just feeling it. That's when you're doing music. You see somebody doing a beat making video and they just have no feeling expression at all, and then It might turn out tight, but you know, music is a feeling. Like you'll feel that vibe. You can feel this way, and you can probably express that feeling through your music. That's how I do with my feelings. I express all my feelings through music or whatever. But Ryan Leslie, you know, genius. I mean, when I read about the story. All right, number 4, Timbaland.
Baby, baby, when we first met, I never felt something so strong. You were like my lover and my best friend, all wrapped in one with a ribbon on it.
Everybody knows who Timbaland is. If you don't, you should know. Funny thing about it. Shouts out to Timbaland. It's the number 4 for your producer.
The moment I said,
Alright, number 5 would be Imogen Heap.
the moment I opened my mouth, let in your eyelids, bulldoze the life out of me. I know what you're thinking, but darling, you're not.
I don't know if I'm saying her name right. It's the funniest thing because, you know, I'm bad at names. Terrible. Which you know, sucks or whatever. But she's an artist / a producer. Like, I seen a couple of her videos on YouTube. And I couldn't, for a minute, like when I brought her CD, all I seen is Zeta Producers. You know, Zeta Producer is her name. And I was like, well, who does the beats? I mean, when I went back on YouTube, and I seen the videos of her, you know, she was doing some weird stuff. She had it was lights up on the ceiling, and she had took 2 like drumsticks, and she was banging on while she was recording them. And I was like, what is the weirdest thing? And then she played back the track where she was singing with what she recorded, and it was crazy. I was like, yo, this can't be real. I mean, this woman is just a genius, point blank. Yeah. You know, Tim&bob to Ryan Leslie, Timbaland to Mo. And I call her Mo because she's a genius. All right, last is The Dream and Tricky Stewart. Everybody know who The Dream is because he's, you know, an awesome songwriter. You know, he did a lot of hits, you know, Jay Holiday, Bed, Usher, you can name it. Stuff I didn't think he did, like Single Ladies. I didn't know he did that. Somebody told me, and I was like, dog, that don't sound like. But Dream is a genius. Boy can write. I don't understand, like, I'm trying so hard myself to try to, you know, step my writing game up, but I don't know. Some people it can come easy, and some people it just takes time. And with me, it's time. With him, it's just like he can wake up and write a song and bam, hit. I mean, it's crazy. His last CD, which I did a video previously about it, you know what I'm saying, was off the chain. But him and Tricky, like, they like the dynamic duo when it comes to music. Well, that's my top 6 artists / producers who inspired me to, you know, step outside the box and do what I need to do when it comes to music, you know. This is just part 1. I got a part 2 coming up too because, you know, I'm kind of touching on R&B a little bit. I think next I'm going to touch on, like, rap. Then part 3 will probably be, like, you know, the DJs / house producers that inspired me. Yeah, keep in tune, subscribe, and God bless.